Hi, I'm Drew Downs, and today's Faith 15 subject, can we cancel church? Now, this is a good question, a relevant question. Can we actually cancel church? Now, when I arrived at Terre Haute in the city, we'd get a very occasional ice storm forecasted for a Saturday night or a Sunday morning. And people would ask if we would cancel church the next day. Because, of course, we don't want the elderly slipping on their way to the church from the parking lot or on their way to the car or to crash on the way to church, right? Well, I'm loath, however, to cancel any church service. So every one of those Sunday mornings, I would drive in and be one of the brave or foolish handful that would show up anyway. And this seems rational and appropriate. Now, in the midst of a pandemic, however, the calculus changes, even if the math kind of remains the same. For many, the choice has been made for us. We are not to meet in public. On the flip side, we're seeing churches in the U.S. which are defying orders and gathering 1,000 people at a time, which means they clearly aren't paying attention, as it was a church in South Korea that was the epicenter of its massive outbreak. So if you are like me, and you are trying to weigh the issues, we need to address the central problem with how we come to understand the issue. And the problem isn't COVID-19 specifically, nor is it our church leaders, or even our traditions. The problem is that the word church is used in several different and conflicting ways. It has to do most of the heavy lifting in that original question, right? Can we cancel church? Now, here are three ways we understand the word church. One is the building, right? I'm currently in my office at the church, right? And the second way we understand it is as the institution. My office in this church is here to serve St. Stephen's Episcopal Church. So we're part of this bigger deal. So we commonly put these two things together. Church is the building and the institution. So when we speak of canceling church, we are thinking of locking the doors and canceling an organized time to be together in the building. The third way we understand the church is also the most traditional. Church is the people. We, followers of Christ, the body, the community. And our little organization is part of a wider, ever-expanding network of people that extends around the world. We never stop being church. We cannot be canceled. So the church, as a building and an organization definable by tax codes, is directly at odds with the unbound nature of being church beyond any firm boundaries. So the question, can we cancel church, cannot properly be answered the way we are intending it. Because every time we try to cancel our relationship in the flesh, our commitment, even in our bodies, remains. Our very literal minds are simply trying to ask, can we shut our doors and take a break? And the tradition says, why should our not being together physically prevent us from being together spiritually? The church never stops. It never closes. We never stop being church. So here I am in the church office. I'm wearing an optimistic t-shirt, hoping my Tigers will get a chance to play this year. And this isn't Sunday morning in the nave, all of us together. And what we're doing right now is discovering that question we asked at the very beginning is insufficient. It doesn't capture our actual need. It isn't the whole thing in a nutshell. It isn't innocent or simple. We now have whole bunches of other questions we need to ask ourselves. Not questions about gathering physically only, but about being the church and how.